Hello everyone! Before we start though, I just wanna say a few things. The first thing is that, from now on, my videos will be completely ASMR. So don't worry if you find me annoying whenever I commentate on my videos. And plus, it finally makes it so easy for me to make videos without using my voice too much, that is, of which is stressful. The second thing is that I won't be covering all of the Archon quests here on this channel. At least, some of them, that is, because it's very much a hassle, with all the keeping up, and all that, as well as the storage space crap, of which, thankfully, hasn't completely take up space, since it obviously requires you to screen record any gameplay with the use of a screen recorder, hence the reason why I would sometimes feel fear for my storage space. And the third thing is that, please understand that this isn't like my usual gameplay videos, as this one isn't like it because of the issues regarding the screen recorder, like the fact that it doesn't record the audio whenever if you record a gameplay video. Hence the very reason why this video is completely different than my usual. And the final thing is that, if you haven't already, then please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. It really helps me out a lot. Thank you. And now with that out of the way, it's now time for us to talk about what happened after the events of the last video in the child boss fight. Alright, here we go. Oh, wait. Gotta navigate the location first. If you don't know how to notice this in an editor's perspective, it took me 5 minutes to get to this place. Alright, we've landed, and so it's now time for the gang to beat up Child for good. Oh yeah, right. We've seen this cutscene already. Let's skip this one. Yup, already seen this one too. So let's skip this one as well. Okay then, here comes the explaining part. I started by doing my usual thing, unleashing a bunch of attacks on him, and all that, of which took half the effort, to be honest. And here comes the second round, in which he transforms into his second form. Really don't know what to call it, but it looks cool. Then again, like with his first form, he's very much easy to beat, aside from the fact that he deals about a decent amount of damage. And then after this, comes a cutscene, which leads to a battle against Child in his final form.
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive. But that's about as far as you'll get. Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia!
Oh, quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected! Well then, I'll be taking Morax's gnosis now.
Huh?
I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it!
That's it, I'm getting out of here. This is going to cost you!
I'll get you for this, you stupid child.
Ouch.
Alright, so obviously, this one's the final round. And let me tell you, it was fun and was half the effort too. Aside from the fact that this time he deals way more damage than the last two forms before this one. And here's proof. See how my character still has a full tank of health? Well, the thing is, Child unleashed a spear blast attack, hence the very reason why it was a little fun. Okay, we're halfway there into beating him for good this time. Ouch again, but at least he now has a quarter of his health away. And for some reason, me getting yeeted got him killed, so I guess it's a win. Whoa, bro just exploded. I didn't even do anything to him yet. But at least I got a win and an achievement. Alright, so this one's just an interactive cutscene, in which Child explains as to why he did all this. And he even thought that we stole Rex Lapis Gnosis first than him. Of which, thankfully, Payman pointed out that we didn't steal it. You know, for once Payman, you actually get to do a few things right. Anyway, the rest of this cutscene is pretty much not that important, but it's important for the character of Child. And at least we finally get to acknowledge him now. So, guess it's a win for us. And then he did something that woke up the real final boss of this quest. Simply put, he stole some of the documents of the Kixing to wake up an ancient beast. Hence, the very reason why he was able to do it. And one other thing, the reason he did this was because he wants to test the people of Liyue, if they can protect themselves without the help of Zhongli or Rex Lapis himself. And that's what leads us to the next cutscene, of which is the finale of the Liyue Archon Quest.
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Huh? He's already gone. That guy is fast. What's going on?
Alright, so this part's all about stopping this thing from destroying Liyue, with the help of both the Kixing and the Adepti, of whom finally set aside their differences and are working together now. But it seems that both Payman and the Milleleth are all pussies just by looking at the beast. I guess the presence of the beast is too much for them both. Then the Cloud Retainer, aka Xianyun, suggested that we should use the Gaizhong Ballista to finally defeat this thing for good. Then she explains that she is far better at making weapons that could destroy a vicious being. At least Ningguang acknowledged this fact, because if she hadn't, then they would be fighting against each other right now. Alright, another epic cutscene is going to happen now.
Yep.
Alright, this one's the true final battle, one that could end all battles here in Liyue. So the gist here is that we need to stop the Fatui from ruining our plans in beating the boss. Hence, the very reason why there's a timer, and hence the very reason why this section of the video is very long. And with every batch of guys beaten up, new ones start to appear out of nowhere, like these guys right here. And I gotta admit, these guys are really difficult to take down, of which, just like the child boss fight, is really and genuinely fun. And then Z, one of the Adepti, warns us about the incoming attack from the Ajol, but because of my short-term ignorance, I got hit by its attack. I can't help but want to quote the Millileth for their unsubordinate hopelessness. Just when things are about to get worse, the Adepti ended up lending a helping hand. They gave us Adeptal energy, of which was very useful in powering them down. We were now making some progress in taking all of them down with this Adeptal energy burst. And even more allies gave their energy to help us out. Like Ganyu, for example, she ended up giving us a barrier of sorts to protect us. And guess who else helped us out? Z gave us speed to move swiftly around the area to give the opponents what for. Alright, so we're pretty much almost done with the trash disposal task. So we better unleash all that we've got into this. Don't worry everyone, we're almost there. Just a little more, and then we'll be done with all this. Finally, we made it. That means it's over, right?
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
It's working! We just need to keep this up!
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber. What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
And now with that done, the Archon Quest is over. And pretty much, this part's just about everyone discussing this aftermath. And about the uncontrollable judgment of the Adepti towards the Kixing. And their doubts in how the Kixing will protect Liyue without their help. But despite all that, they pretty much understand their efforts. Such as Ningguang's decision in destroying the Jade Chamber to beat the beast. And according to this woman Madame Ping, it was a testament to Ningguang's life as both a businesswoman and the backbone of the Kixing. And to Madame Ping, this act of cooperation and sacrifice deserves to have at least some recognition. And to that I say, it truly deserves all of that. But Ningguang unfortunately doesn't want to yield to the Adepti's wishes, because 3,700 years ago, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect the entirety of Liyue and all that. The thing though is that the Adepti are kind of overprotective on the place more than its people. And what Ningguang is trying to say is that they should also focus on the people and not just Liyue itself. And our good friends the Adepti feel a little bit offended because of this. But thankfully, Ningguang told them that they just want them to see Liyue in a brand new perspective. Of which, to be honest with you guys, is very much the summarization of what Ningguang is trying to say to the Adepti, since she just wants the Adepti to protect Liyue with a new perspective on things and not in with their old perspective. So I'm sorry for pretty much not making my summarization of all this short, since it took me a while to decode what this scene actually means during the editing process of this video. Anyway, Ningguang mentioned that she saw Rex Lapis in a dream, and in the dream, she wanted to tell him that the Kixing are bound to the contract as well, the contract of which the Adepti signed to protect Liyue. She also thought of telling him how the past generations of Kixing had strove under his rule to survive in the mortal world, of which established a network of contracts known as trade. Unfortunately, Ningguang didn't say a word about that to Rex Lapis in her dream. Cloud Retainer unfortunately couldn't understand all this, and we helped by making sense of it. Then Payman recalled that something similar happened back in the Mondstadt Archon Quest. And because of this predicament, Venti believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both sides, and that nothing good would come out of it. Then Keqing says that each of the nations has its own scars from the past. And after a little bit of Mountain Shaper's dilemma, Madame Ping finally stopped them from arguing, and told them that they should follow Ningguang's suggestion in focusing on the city and the citizens. Now that the important stuff has passed, this part here's not that notable, since it's just a Millilith sergeant that pretty much wants to thank the Adepti and the Kixing for saving his life. And he swears that he'll hold the line and to never betray the grace given to them by the Adepti this day. And then here's this probably adopted or abandoned child. Okay, there's still one more thing that I'd like to recap about before this video ends. Alright, this part's all about the conversation between the Fatui and Zhongli. Oh, and look, a familiar face from the last quest in its ending point. And another thing is that Child was pretty much uninformed about some of the aspects that have transpired. Anyway, this is the very part in which Zhongli reveals that he's the Liyue Archon all along. And proof of it can be found when he revealed his gnosis to the Fatui as well. And it turns out that he signed a contract with the Fatui, hence the reason why he gave the Fatui his gnosis willingly. And about the contract, it was about Zhongli testing Liyue if its citizens can protect themselves and Liyue without him. And faking his death was part of this contract or plan of theirs, and in that contract, the Fatui are required as well to help bring out this endeavor. But if for some reason the people of Liyue couldn't do it, then Zhongli will simply reappear in his divine form and take down the beast himself with ease, since Zhongli, according to Genshin lore, is the strongest Archon out of all of them during the old Archon Wars. But thankfully, the outcome was that it did not come to Liyue losing and needing Zhongli's help in finishing the old scar of Liyue from the past. And that's pretty much the summed up version of why Zhongli did all of this to Liyue and the entire plot of the Archon Quest itself. And with that finally done with, the Liyue Archon Quest finale recap is over. And if you wanna see more recaps like this, or just gameplay videos in general, then why don't you hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to never miss any uploads like this one. Anyways, that's it from me, and I hope to see y'all again soon.